Hello everyone, welcome back to another video here on Eat Sleep Brief. In this video we're going to be covering a very important part of equipment that we are going to be running on the new 50-gallon cube Infinity Series Mode Aquarium. So for the skimmer and the pretty much skimmer preference I went with is a great white GW5. You guys haven't heard of this company, I've been seeing them time and time again, not only at events, Reef Builders has talked great about them. Tons of other people running them. They're solid, they're simple, more importantly they get the job done. So in this video we're going to be showing you guys how I went ahead and put it together and show you guys some really cool features on it. But first things first, you're going to want to be opening up the box. This is actually my first time opening it, so pretty excited to get it all open. As soon as you open the box, you're going to notice everything's well packaged. More importantly, there's very few parts you need to worry about. As you open it up, you're going to notice you get the cup. Obviously this is a collection cup where all the nasty stuff goes to. You get the bubble chamber, so this is kind of where all the bubbles are reacting and being dispersed up into the main body. Followed by that you get a box with the pump. The pump is obviously inside the box. A very efficient, very quiet pump. I think you'll be very pleased with how close to silent this skimmer is. And lastly, you do get the main body. So as stated before, you're going to notice there's very little parts for you to do because most of it has already been assembled. Not only that, it's a skimmer with a very low parts count, less stuff to worry about, really efficient, really gets the job done. But like I said, it's very easy to assemble. Once you get everything out of the box, you're going to want to remove them from their bagging. They do come in a bag. Obviously take everything out, and you're going to notice quite off the bat, the main body chamber itself, you're going to see the adjustment knob on the side. I'm going to talk about it a little bit later, but it's very easy to tune. It kind of has like a gate adjustment valve, if you will, that I'll show you guys a little bit later. The bubble chamber, again, this is where all the bubbles are kind of mixed in and dissipated. This is one of the big factors that determine how effective a skimmer is, not only the pump itself, but as well the bubble chamber along with the body, but this one does play a big role. You're going to also notice that the cup itself is very nice. I mean, the acrylic on it, the job, the polish, I mean, everything is just a very nice fit and finish, and I think you guys are going to be very happy with. Once you do open up the box, again, it is going to include the pump. It does have a quiet pump on it. I wouldn't call it silent, it makes no noise, but I believe they say it makes about 40 to 50 decibels, which is quite quiet. Generally the tank's going to be running right around that, with all the other equipment. So it's quite quiet. It doesn't make a lot of noise, and I think you'll be very happy with how close to silent it is. And of course, the last piece you're going to find in this box is going to be the silencer. So this is another key player, and again, guaranteeing the skimmer stays as quiet as possible. So everything out of the box, out of the bag, this is kind of what it should look like. If you want to use this as a parts count, as a reference, if you're using this video to build your own, these are all the parts you should have. Obviously, if you are missing any, be sure to contact wherever you purchased it or Delua directly, and it should be able to get you taken care of. So one of the pieces that you're going to have to kind of understand a little bit how to assemble is going to be the bubble chamber. So you're going to have the bottom section and the top section. The top section you can see here has a threaded plastic bolt on it, as well as you get a bulkhead. This bulkhead slips through the bottom piece, and it's going to be threaded onto the pump housing itself, which you'll see a little bit later. Once you do get familiarized with this, you're going to notice there's going to be the venturi. So the venturi is going to be where the bubbles, where the air is introduced into the pump, and then obviously you follow that all the way to the very top, and that's going to be the silencer. And the silencer clips on very easy to the main adjustment knob. And if you do want to adjust the air, you can see you do have an adjustment right here where you're able to make any adjustments if need be. If you want more air, less air, or adjust it to your liking. You're also going to have obviously the AC pump. So the AC pump, you can kind of, let's see, as soon as it focuses here, kind of get an idea of what it's rated for. It is an Eden pump. I've heard about these pumps before. I've heard actually great things about them. They're pretty well known. They're not used too much here, but I think they rebrand for other companies out there. But they are very good pumps, and this is what makes this thing so silent. It's nice to see the dampening rubber feet on it. Obviously there's another big factor that makes it quiet. And you're going to see some bolts on it. These bolts look to be titanium, just from the color of them. All in all, the build quality looks very well, and it looks like a pump that I can certainly trust for the longevity of my skimmer. Again, one of the last pieces is going to be your collection cup. Again, there's nothing crazy about the collection cup. They did do a very nice job on the whole acrylic, the whole cutting, the fit and finish, the edges. Very nice to see them also include a small little drain. This drain can obviously be used to drain any of the liquid inside. If you want to have a little container on the side of your tank, you can easily drain it out. And one of the last and big major pieces again is going to be the main body. Now, what I do want to talk about the body, as I promised earlier, is just showing you guys how easy this thing is to adjust it. There's literally no binding whatsoever. You can see here the gate mechanism that I was talking about earlier. It's kind of like a wall that's closing. And it really allows, for fine adjustments, which at the end of the day is what's going to allow your skimmer to pull out the exact skim mate, whether wet, whether thick, whatever you're looking for. It's very nice of them to see and gone the extra mile, especially with this gate style adjustment mechanism. So as far as the whole assembly goes, I've actually broken it up in very, very easy steps, which should be pretty easy to follow for you guys. The first step is going to be to remove the 4 thumb screws located on the very bottom plate. This is going to separate the main chamber from the bottom plate. I want to make sure you set those screws aside so obviously you do not lose them. Next, you're going to be adding the pump, making sure the back of the pump is towards the notch on the bottom plate. This is going to be pretty easy to see, maybe not that easy on video, but when you do have yours, you're going to see that cutout on the bottom plate. And this is where the cord is going to run for the pump. Next, you're going to want to locate your bubble chamber and feed the threaded bulkhead into the black bottom plate. You want to locate the top plate and make sure you line up the 2 dowel-like pieces into the bottom plate. Then you're going to thread the main screw, and be sure, guys, to not over tighten any of these screws, not only this one, but any of the screws when you are assembling it. Next, guys, you're going to want to make sure you feed the pump cord into the cutout and install the main body. Again, you're going to be able to see the cutout located on the very bottom, and this is obviously for the cord to run through. Next, you're going to want to add the Venturi adapter to the inlet of the pump, and this is very simple. This is kind of just twisted into place. The last few steps here is going to be to add the 4 thumb screws to the bottom plate assembly. This is going to be putting, more like uniting the main body to the bottom. And again, guys, these are plastic screws, so do not over tighten them. Next, you're going to attach the silencer to the adjustment knob or valve, whatever you want to call it. This is very simply clipped on into place and very easy, as you can see here. The last thing is going to be to add the cup, and I mean, that's pretty straightforward. Just kind of slide the cup. You're going to notice there's an O-ring on the main body. This is kind of what seals it, and more importantly, allows to easily remove it, install it later on down the road. And once it is all complete, guys, you get to see this beautiful GW Great White 5 skimmer in all its glory. I don't know about you guys, but I'm all about simplicity and something that not only works, but works great. And I think Great White has done a great job in the design, the fit and finish. I'm overall very happy with the quality of it, and honestly, can't wait to set it up in the tank. Now it's time to get it inside your tank. Now, getting inside seems pretty straightforward, right? You just slip it in. Depending on your tank, if you do have a cabinet, a lot of times you actually can't fit it with the cup installed. So for scenarios like this, you may have to remove the skimmer cup. That's very simple. Just simply remove it, and you'll obviously have a lot more room, and you'll be able to get it into your tank. Man, I can't wait to get this thing started. I'm pretty excited to get this whole tank going. More excited. I really hope you guys enjoyed following this journey and overall enjoying following the overall journey of this build, because I know I'm enjoying all the videos I'm pumping out for you guys. So if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave down in the comment box below. Obviously, if you guys want to learn more about this GW Great White skimmer, they have about, I believe, 3 different sizes. You can head over to delua.com. Also, Unique Corals being a distributor, as well as a few other online vendors where you can find it. Again, If you guys have any questions, leave them down in the comment box below. Let me know what skimmer you run, what skimmer you've had great luck with. If you are running the GW Great White Skimmer, I'd love to hear in the comments what you think about it so far. The feedback on Instagram from guys that have seen it has been great, so I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. As always guys, thank you very much for watching. Happy reefing.